Hey yo, what is up everybody? It is your boy Twitchii here. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a friggin' awesome day wherever you guys are all. Welcome back to yet another YouTube video for you guys today. I hope you guys are killing it in everything that you're doing in your daily life. I hope you're just, doing great, and I'm thankful for you guys here watching today's video. Today I wanted to do another topic today. Another not news topic, but another facecam talk video over some gameplay. I got some blank screen at the end of the video just in case if I run out of gameplay when I'm talking over. So, anyways, so we're gonna be talking about a topic that I think is quite important in the moto community, and I feel like somebody should have covered it by now. And at least I haven't seen anybody that covered it. So I figured I'd give her a shot. So what can Milestone Italy do as a whole franchise to make their Supercross and Moto games better? So the Supercross and their MXGP games better. I have a whole Minecraft box thing here written. I'll show you guys. Look at this. That's all all my pointers there. Just talking about what I wanted to talk about in today's video. One thing I wanted to talk about is so I got 3 major points. Okay, I got 3 major points. What I want to talk about? No, 4. Sorry, 4. 4 major points on what I think that Milestone can do as a franchise to make their games better. Point 1: make the online support just more online support and features. So previous games have not had a lot of online support. They've kind of just fell flat and didn't really have a whole lot of shebang to them, if you know what I mean. They're not as in depth as the main core of the game is, and they kind of lacked on the online features. So some I gotta read this here. So basically, like, a lot of the features on the online games have been missing since launch. Like, a lot of the times, especially with the latest MXGP games, I think it was MXGP 3 and MXGP Pro, they have not added the optional weather options in the online feature. So basically, you would go into a public match and you wouldn't have the option to choose, whether you want dry track, whether you want wet track, whether you want cloudy. You never had that choice, and a lot of the times, especially I think it was in MXGP Pro at launch, that it always gave you wet weather, and you couldn't. It was 95% of the time always wet weather, and the people just hated it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, because I feel like this was a thing. A lot of people did not like the start of MXGP Pro's online because it was just not good. It was not supported. It was pretty lacking, especially when you can only choose. You couldn't choose a weather option on online. You'd basically get it voted for you, and you would only get about 95% of the time you would get it to be wet track. So wet track and rain. So that's unfortunate, and it was just and there's just bugs and stuff too, and it's just the online has been a mess for the online, and I feel like they should really massively support the online for the future motocross and supercross games, like the MXGP games and these Monster Energy Supercross. I feel like the online should definitely be a lot more supported. Point 2: tweak the physics, man. Like the MXGP games have got to tweak their physics. I mean. Some people like them, some people hate them, and I'm the one that's kind of leaning towards neutral. I do not like, nor do I not hate the physics. I'm just kind of in the middle of the road, and it's here and there with the physics, because the physics can be on your side and they can be against you, especially in MXGP Pro per se. You would basically dig a rut, and you would hit the rut, and you would bail. You would fall off your bike and bail for no reason, when that would not happen in real life. If you guys have played MXGP Pro, you guys would know what I'm talking about, and I feel like there has been multiple YouTubers that have discussed their issues with that thing in the game, and it's frustrating because I know I've experienced it, and more recently than not. So it's definitely a really frustrating feature. It's not a feature, but you know what I mean. Basically just the unrealism features of you know, the games. I don't know. The physics definitely need to be tweaked, especially the whips. I know everybody's all gung-ho about the whips in MXGP and Supercross. You know, people love whipping. It's just a, you know, everybody likes it, and there's no way to go ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everybody loves whipping in these games. And, you know, to me, the games that did it best, by the way Milestone did it best, they did the whips best in MXGP 1, they did it best in MXGP 2, and they did it best in Monster Energy Supercross number 1. I think those were the best Milestone physic whips that they've ever done. I think those were the best they've ever done them. But by far the worst ones they've ever done was Monster Energy Supercross 2 and MXGP Pro. Funny to say that their newest games have by far the worst whips. And I'll argue with that for sure. You guys can, you know, okay, maybe not argue, but you know, I do not like the whips in Monster Energy Supercross 2 and MXGP Pro. They are god awful, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me. I feel like by far MXGP 1, MXGP 2, and Monster Energy Supercross 1 had phenomenal whips, and I had no complaints about them whatsoever. I don't see how hard it can be, guys. I don't see how hard it can be to make the whips better. I don't know why. I know whips aren't everything. I really know they're not. But, you know, you gotta have that feature in the game. Everybody loves it, so why wouldn't you put it in the game? Like, make it the best you possibly can. I don't know why, but it's kind of upsetting. But one thing I do think Milestone does do good in, you know, their games is the ground physics. That's their strong point. The ground physics I find are phenomenal. I have no issues with them whatsoever, and I think they're really, really good. But they gotta tweak the in-air physics. I don't know why they're so janky. Like, I don't know, guys. The in-air physics are kind of whack, and I don't think they're that great. But they're all right, but they're not the greatest, and I feel like they could massively improve on in-air physics, especially the whips. Point 3. I think this is by far one of the most important things that a video game franchise should do when they're going to create their games is sorry, Tourette tech there. Have more community involvement. I think community involvement is a huge part in creating a video game and getting to make the game the way the community would like it to be and make it so people will buy it. I think that, you know, community is definitely what drives the franchise to, you know, make these games. Like, I feel like the franchise should look more into the fans, what the fans want, opposed to what, you know, they want for themselves. I understand that, you know, Milestone has to create somewhat of a replica game, but they've shown in the past that, you know, they can create other things in their games that are not the replica. So why don't they add more? Why don't they add more of what the community wants? You know, like, I feel like they should, you know, per se, when Milestone is making a new game, per se, for, you know, the next Monster Energy Supercross game. So Monster Energy Supercross 3, per se, if that's what they call it. They should add polls on their community. Like, they should have community polls, like, for, you know, things that they can add into the game. I would say, like hypothetically, they make a poll. What new bike should we add into the Monster Energy Supercross 2 game? Would you want to see a 50cc, or would you want to see a 300cc? Like a KTM 300. What would you want a 300cc and then, or a 50cc, and then the majority, it would be a majority vote. Whoever which you guys would see what I'm trying to say. Which bike gets the most votes would get implemented into the game. And I feel like Milestone should implement more of that kind of stuff into the game, and or more of that kind of stuff when they're creating their games, to have more of what the community wants in the game. And, you know, if that makes sense. I hope you guys know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's my point 3. I feel like that's very important, community involvement, and I think that's just 100% what they need to do. They need to have more community say in how they make their games. And point 4 kind of ties into the last one, is give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. You know, I feel like they got to make that AMA outdoor game, man. They got to make that AMA outdoor game. We've got everything we need. We got all the motor games we need in the world, but except the AMA outdoor game. Oh, excuse me, AMA outdoor game. We do not have it. Why don't we have one? We need it. I'm sure the community really wants it. We've been asking for it forever. Since they made that Supercross game, we've wanted that outdoor game, and we need it. That game would be absolutely sick. I'm kind of busy right now. Okay. Anyways, the AMA outdoor game is definitely what we need. Sorry, I got interrupted there. And it said that in community involvement and more bike options, guys. I feel like that's what the people want. They want more bike options. Because we've been rocking with the 450s and the 250s forever. But the cool thing that we did see was, implementing into MXGP Pro is the 125s. That was really, really cool, and I'm giving props for doing that. And I feel like what people want is more fun and exciting things to do in the Milestone games. Even if they do stick to their guns and only create Monster Energy Supercross and MXGP games, I feel like they should still implement more fun and exciting things to do, like freestyle, more free roam options, like have more free roam worlds, like have like 5 to 10 free roam worlds like they would in MX versus ATV. I feel like they should start taking leads in their direction and making games where they can do whatever they want. That could be a video in its own. How Milestone could make a game of their own that's not MXGP, AMA, or anything like that. And last thing I want to talk about, and it still is in this topic, is more. Two more things. More DLC. We don't get enough DLC for these games, guys. We really, really don't. And we're coming up to the end of the gameplay here, so we're going to be getting a bit of a black screen here, so hope you guys don't mind that. But we need more DLC. There is by far not enough DLC in these games, and I'm not sure if you guys would agree with that, but I 100% think that there's not enough DLC, there's not enough content in this game for the game's lifespan to be over a year. Like, I do not think they release enough updates or DLC to keep the game fresh. I'm sorry. The MXGP Pro is absolutely dead. The game is whack. They left it in the dust, and I feel really bad about that because it was a good game. It was a good game, but it's whack that they didn't release DLC. And then just more general support. We need more support for these games. Like, we need more updates. We need more, general, like. Again, I'm just comparing this to Fortnite. Fortnite has constant updates, and I would like to see that implemented into the Moto games. I feel like that we need this. Like, why don't we have general support? It seems like Milestone supports their games up to probably 4 to 6 months, and then they kind of leave it in the dust. And I feel like Monster Energy Supercross 2 is already leading in that path, and it's kind of sad to see because they released maybe 10 DLCs. And that's right about it. So anyways, that has been the video. 13 minutes so far, as according to my timer here. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. I hope you guys can take this with a grain of salt and give me some feedback in the comment section below, because I feel like this is definitely something I want to discuss in the comments, and hopefully this video gets some traction and we can get some community comment flow. I don't know English, is it even existent? But I feel like this is definitely a type of series of videos I would like to start doing. It's just more talk videos over some gameplay and talking about my thoughts and opinions on certain things in the motor community and the gaming community. I feel like some of these things I've said could have been bold, but take it with a grain of salt and give me some constructive feedback in the comments. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay gaming, stay golden. Shout out to Goonza Gaming for watching this video. Props to you, man. I love you. You're awesome, dude. And also say salami too. You guys always comment on the video, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys a lot. And yeah, peace out.